got to hear him play some songs at the camp and was just like completely floored. I think he may have played kind of the most out of everybody. You were like always had an instrument in your hand. But yeah, it's he's very talented, and you're going to enjoy this next set.
And I'd like to thank both of you for organizing this. I mean, it's amazing for me to be here. I was just kind of blown away. I'm looking at all the people when I see, like Pete Seeger is like keeping me around. You know, like, how can I keep from singing? I'm like, probably don't belong here, but that's just fine. So, you know.
Thanks for coming up.
But, you know, I first became aware of Todd Snider. It was about 2000. And he was opening for John Prine. And I was going to see John Prine. Now, I'd never heard of Todd, heard any of his music. And it was at this little arena that's near my house. It's called the Scottish Rite Auditorium. It's some Mason Poobah shit or something. And, but the town I live in had bought the area, and it's a nice, good acoustics and so forth. But so I go in to see John Prine, and there's Todd. And I remember just listening to him playing Seattle grunge, and it just struck this, it was like Dylan's I Shall Be Free. But there was a little intermission, and he had a merch table, and you know, he's barefoot, and I was talking to him, and he actually signed the CD, Happy to Be Here. I actually have it here, and then I was gonna bring it, and then I was like, why are you bringing props? And then, like some kind of weird wake. You always have to do some weird shit or something. But that album, Happy to Be Here, I love that. I listened to that to death, you know. And this song is one of the songs from there. On the album, it's got horns, and this is kind of like, if you've seen any of his Purple stuff, stripped down, all acoustic stuff. So this is kind of like the Purple version of that. And I was going to learn like the harmonica part, but that's like effort. Keeps on getting harder to keep on keeping on. Everybody's screaming orders in my ear. Well, I want to be my own man. I love to walk it long, but every time I leave my home, this is what I hear. Keep your nose clean, your head above water, keep your feet on the ground, your hands off my body, get your back to the wind, your thoughts to yourself. Eye on the clock and an eye on your health. Wish they'd let me just keep to myself. I can find on my own. Say keep up with the times, keep up with the Jones, keep up with the rest of your class. So I keep an open mind in this closed-minded world, always telling me to keep off this grass. Keep your nose clean, your head above water, keep your feet on the ground, your hands off my daughter, get your back to the wind, your thoughts to yourself. Eye on the clock and an eye on your health. Wish they let me keep to myself. I can find on my own. Keep your nose clean, head above water, keep your feet on the ground, your hands off my daughter, get your back to the wind, your thoughts to yourself. Eye on the clock and an eye on your health. Wish they'd let me keep to myself. I can find on my own. So I keep an open mind in this closed-minded world, always telling me to keep off this grass. I always like that song, Todd's, and I mean, I think it's like a lot of his songs that deals with that tension of just trying to stay like true to yourself, you know, with the influence of the outside. So this next song I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little introduction. Todd was a big fan of storytelling, so even though I don't want to make this about me, but I think he would give me a little bit of leeway on this. And I think you may see that this story is relevant, you may not, but in my mind it's somehow relevant. So like Todd, I was class of 1985, right? So 1980s, and he has this story he tells about his coach is warning him he doesn't want to be a burnout from the smoke pit, you know? And that was a thing in high school in the 80s. I mean, we had a smoking section for students. At the time, you only had to be like 14 to buy cigarettes. And so cigarettes got smoked, other things got smoked, and it was, sex. But I remember one morning, it was the winter of 80, 81. And I don't remember if it was November of 80 or January 81, but I remember it was the election of Ronald Reagan.
I remember that.
Right? And we were joking around in our smoke pit, preparing for school in the best possible way. And we kind of thought it was a joke, because I remember joking with someone, we were like, Ronald Reagan, Zap. And if you remember that from Woodstock, it was he's a drugstore truck driving man. He's the head of the Ku Klux Klan. When summer comes rolling around. Right, so we thought it was kind of funny, but one thing we did understand, was that even though, it was kind of funny and all, but we understood that what they were, trying to establish was not our thing. It was Reagan and the moral majority and Just Say No with Nancy Reagan. Not to waste too much time, but the first song I ever wrote was to Nancy Reagan. I won't play the whole thing. It was called Nancy, Please Help Me. It was like, well, Nancy, please help me. I don't know where to turn. I'm at my wit's end, but I'll never learn. See, I got this small problem. My life is a mess. When someone offers me drugs, I always say yes. Yes, yes, give me some more. Keep taking drugs till I fall on the floor. Don't know what it is, but I just gotta stop. Nancy, that's the reason I'm calling you up. But the point of the story is that I'm kind of over the whole drug thing, but really though, it's like anymore. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, statewide American males. Gay bashing, black fearing, war fighting, tree killing, regional leaders of sales. Frat housing, cake tapping, shirt tucking, backslapping, haters of hippies like me. Tree hugging, peace loving, pot smoking, porn watching, lazy ass hippies like me. Tree hugging, love making, pro-choice and gay wedding, widespread digging hippies like me. Skin color blinded, conspiracy minded, protesters of corporate greed. Yeah, we who have nothing, and most likely will till we all wind up locked up in jail. By conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight-white American males. Diamonds and dogs, boys and girls, living together in two separate worlds, following leaders up mountains of shame, looking for someone to blame. Diamonds and dogs, boys and girls, living together in two separate worlds, following leaders up mountains of shame, looking for someone to blame. I know who I'd like to blame. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American males. Soul-saving, flag-waving, Trump-loving, land-paving, personal friends to the quail. So diligently working, so hard to keep the free reins of this democracy. From tree-hugging, peace-loving, barefooting, folk singing, lazy-ass hippies like me. Tree-hugging, peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy-ass hippies like me.
That was Tony D. Next up, we have a personal friend of mine. He came up from Philly as well. We have Larry's Ghost, and he's going to be joined by Adam Frey. These guys play together a lot. Usually do a lot of Irish tunes. I think you'll dig it. The first duet of the night.
We won't be doing any Irish tunes for you tonight, but with the same, similar salt of the earth wisdom as songs by Todd. So I have to say I'm here because of my wife's uncle Eric, who got me into Todd about 2018. Said, hey, you got to check out this guy's book, and my gosh, just opened up a world of all kinds of great songwriting. I was already a John Prine fan, and so it was not hard to find that connection to the Todd songs. And super grateful to be here. Thank you, Mickey and Dan and everybody putting this together. This is super cool evening. So I would do a terrible job of Todd's storytelling, so I'll refer you to him for his song, for his story on the song I'm doing called "Just Like Overnight." I won't give you the details, but I will tell you it involves acid. So already Todd's story. As Nick was talking earlier about hardworking Americans, he's hanging with those guys and they're taking acid, looking for a song in the woods in the middle of the night. So this is apparently the song that he came up with. Started talking about some things the way they used to be, and as Todd does, is able to condense all that wisdom into such perfect crystallized simplicity. Yeah, man. Oh, I should. I can hear everybody that loves me saying, "Shut up, man." They know me. All right, but anywho, this is a song that Todd wrote on acid. We'll leave it at that. A song called "Just Like Overnight," and talks so perfectly about the passage of time. Chain smoking cigarettes on the airplane. You went right there at my gate. Had to pull off the highway just to find a payphone. And the line was busy, you know you just have to wait. It seemed like day after day going by like nothing ain't ever gonna change. Just like overnight, it ain't never gonna be the same. Hitting what you're aiming for, forgetting what you miss. All we seem to know for sure is how we can't go on like this day after day. Just like overnight, just like the day, just like overnight. Time now here forever, since way back before this so-called reality. Hell, I remember when you used to have to walk all the way over just to turn the channel on that goddamn TV. It seemed like day after day this day after day. It's just like overnight. Day after day, it's just like overnight. This is Adam here. It is Adam.
Hello.
Adam's been at this for a long ass time too. Derelict Franchise is his main band.
I'm a hired gun. I play in quite a few bands. I play around the area with Scott Marshall a lot and some other people. But my band, the Derelict Franchise, I've been doing it for about 20 years. I released a new solo album last year. Things are going well. Now this song is a tribute of a tribute of a tribute, so to speak. It was Todd Snider did a cover of this on the Shel Silverstein tribute. So this is A Boy Named Sue. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for Mom and me. Just this old banjo and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did before he left, he went and named me Sue. I guess he thought it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. It seems I had to fight my whole life through. Well, some got giggled and I'd get red, and some got laughed and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. To the moon and the stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars. And killed, man, gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town, my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon in a street of mud, there at a table dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. On my own sweet dad from a worn out picture that my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, my name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die! Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes. He went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth and crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I can't really remember when. He bit like a mule, like a crocodile. So I went for his and I pulled my first and I said, he just stood looking at me and smiled. He said, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. It's that name that helped to make you strong. Someone, you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for that gravel in your gut and spit in your eye, cause I'm that son of a bitch named you Sue. What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him Pa and he called me son. I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Adam, or George, or Todd, or any damn thing but Sue. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Good to unplug there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Todd rules.
Yeah, Todd Snider rules. I did not know the connection between a boy named Sue and Todd Snider, so that's cool. I love Shell. I got to check out that Shel Silverstein tribute. We have Josh Fensel and his partner Amber coming up, and they're going to do a couple songs for us. Oh, and Ian's going to. Okay. Right on.
Is this all right? I didn't know this was happening.
Ian and I were just rehearsing downstairs and was like, hey, we should
Take that upstairs.
Right, I picked double wide blues for my song. Anybody out there living a double wide? Yeah. I grew up in a single wide actually. A little skinnier. What's that?
I got a single wide with a rollout room.
Yeah. So, all right, yeah, this one. Todd was just, I mean, his humor was such a treat, and glad I got to see him a couple of times. And here we go. Double wide blue. I got the blue. Double wide V-neck t-shirt, mustard stain. Rolling up a hose outside in the rain. He's been my neighbor since about 79. Of course, he's been in jail most of that time. Ever since then, you know, things just ain't been right. His wife works days and they fight most nights. Laid off and blown off, pissed off on booze. Double wide blue, Metallica blasting from 3 trailers down. Soon them cut off long-haired nunchuck kids will come around. Tonight to get drunk, try to get laid. End up in a fight outside that arcade, you know. One of them little shits broke my window last spring. I told his mama she didn't do anything. She works 2 jobs, the boy runs loose. Double wide blues, double wide blue. I got the blue, double wide. Take one more time, one at a time. My neighbor Jimmy, his trailer's cool. He's got himself a deck with one of them blue plastic pools. He works construction, building spec homes. But his woman left him, now he's down there all alone. My neighbor Anita loves him and he doesn't even know. Too busy chasing my neighbor's wife Flo. Soap opera heaven without all the clues. Double wide blue, double wide blues. I got the blues, double wide. Wild Bill, the manager, he keeps to himself. The war took his smile like them pills took his health. He's too old to run with the Klan anymore, but he keeps that rebel flag hanging outside his door. You know, I sit and watch all this nothing going on. I don't get out much since that OJ trial's been on. Sometimes it's nice having nothing to lose, except them double wide blues. A double wide blue. Got the blue, double wide. One more time, let's sing it together now. Double wide blue. I got the blues, double wide. I'm gonna have my wife come up. I'm gonna play the banjo with her.
Hi, everybody. Hey. I didn't realize I'd be the only woman performing tonight.
That was Ian Gallagher on the
So when I first heard about Todd's passing, I was pretty sad. He was kind of like a Buddha-like character, you know, just always sort of jovial, and even in tragic times. And it makes me really sad. I mean, there's a lot of mystery surrounding his passing and the last, 2 weeks of his life. And I almost did a sad song that wasn't even his, to kind of encompass those feelings, but my husband, he's really smart. He talked me into doing something that is one of his classics that I looked at the list and I was like, oh my gosh, they're not doing that one. We gotta do that. Because he makes wine. And Todd was just a genius, like a lyrical genius, really good sense of humor. And we're not getting any younger, so Age Like Wine seemed like a really good choice.
Might be able to turn it down a little bit.
Bum, bum, bum. Old timer, find his name upon these walls, in the backs of all these beer joints and concert halls. Been through 7 labels, 5 managers, 1,000 picks and package cables, 3 bands, a band, a bunch of guitar stands, cans and cans and cans of beer, bottles of booze and bags of pot, thousands of other things I forgot, and I thought that I'd be dead by now, but I'm not. Old timer, old timer, too late to die young now. Old timer, 5 and dimer, trying to find a way to age like wine somehow. Trying to find a way to age like wine somehow. Thanks, guys. It's a really small room, and y'all are practically sitting in my lap, so it's a little easier playing on a bigger stage, actually. All right, well, who's up next?
Everybody smile.
Oh yeah, let's take a selfie.
So,
What's
the
selfie
next-
with that?
The next guy. All right. So, Ian walks in. I only knew Ian from like the chat about this gig, and he walks in. I'm like, that's the guy that did the John Prine tribute at the Emmaus Theater. Welcome to the Godfrey stage, Ian.
Josh is the only one as tall as me here. A couple of years ago, I was at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. I'm sure some of you guys have been there. I was at the You Got Gold John Prine celebration. It was great. And in between Old Crow Medicine show and whatever band was coming on after them, I was sitting on the balcony, and if you've ever been on the balcony of the Ryman, you walk outside to go to the bar, and I grabbed a beer, and I was the only guy sitting at the bar, and I turned around, and Todd Snider was standing behind me. And I was like, what are you doing here, man? And he said that he had to walk up to the bar to get a beer, just like the rest of us. And we chatted for a minute, and then he went back down and played a Prine tune, and this was the one he played. I got kicked off of Noah's Ark and turned my cheek to unkind remarks. There was 2 of everything, 1 of me. When the rains came tumbling down, held my breath and I stood my ground, and I watched those ships come sailing out to sea. Take it back, oh no, you can't say that. All of my friends are not dead or in jail. Through rock and through stone, all the black wind still moans. Sweet revenge will prevail. Caught an aisle seat on a plane, drove an English teacher half insane, making up jokes about bicycle spokes, red balloons. So I called him my local DJ, and he didn't have a lot to say, except the radio has learned all of my favorite tunes. Take it back, oh no, you can't say that. All of my friends are not dead or in jail. Through rock and stone, all the black winds still moan. Sweet revenge will prevail.
sort of lost in space, chasing the moon, riding the walls of this hurricane. Still overall, I can't complain. All I wanted was one chance to let freedom ring. Said I had to get a permit, tags and everything. I never made it through the red tape. I got this paper hat, got a job working weekdays. You want fries with that? I got nothing to lose, nothing to gain. It's like a one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane. Can't complain. I was talking to my girlfriend, told her I was stressed. Said you're going off the deep end, man, give it a rest. We're all waiting in the dugout with the wicked pitch. How you gonna throw a shutout when all you do is bitch? I got nothing to lose, nothing to gain. A one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane. I can't complain. So I got a brand new dance, need one more shot, just need one last chance, no I won't get caught, gotta make my last stand, can't be bought, but on the other hand, got nothing to lose, nothing to gain, like a one-way ticket to cruise in the passing lane. I can't complain. Little out of place, little out of tune, sort of lost in space, chasing the moon, riding the walls. This hurricane, still overall, I can't complain. Still overall, I can't complain.
Wow. So the next guy coming up, I met him. I invited my friend to go see Woodflower. You guys know that band? You guys know they played here a bunch, and so I'm like, yeah, they're playing at Mike's Tavern in Reading. So he drives all the way from Whitehall to my house in southeast Berks County, and we go to Mike's Tavern, and Woodflower's not playing until the next week. My bad. Damien's daughter, Emmy's band was playing, and then I got to see her for the first time, and I met Damien. So welcome. Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, it's terrible that we've lost Todd, and you know, we're all gonna miss that beautiful smile. But to hear his music being played here tonight, you know, he lives on through that. Yeah. And so, yeah, let's keep singing Todd songs.
All right, sorry about that. All right, that'll do. Yeah, enough with the newfangled technology, right? Okay. Well, I first saw Todd, I think it was 2000. It was either 2003 or 2004 at the Philly Folk Festival. And was just blown away. He's the only one I actually remember from that day. Oh, thank you. Man, I really got to get it together here. There we go. And yeah, ever since then I've been singing a bunch of his songs. Such a clever writer, so smart, and just I loved his whole attitude. So I'm gonna sing D.B. Cooper for you. Oh, D.B. Cooper was a 43 when we first heard his name. 47 miles away from where he fell down to his fame. But he told me that the hardest part wasn't him jumping out of the plane, was spending the night under them lights shine through the pouring rain. They had a manhunt that next morning like nothing that we'd ever seen. I was only 8 years old at the time, watching on my TV screen. They were saying he was never gonna make it, and now that the daylight was in. But later that night they were shining the light down on the mountain again. Well, not far away from the city of roses, they all watched the lights all through the rain for D.B. Cooper. Well, the cops blocked off all the exit roads, turned out all of the hounds. They even dragged the river up a couple of times to see if he had drowned. Well, all those men working overtime, they were sure he would bring him down. But a parachute and a few $100 was all that they ever found. Oh, not far away from the city of roses, they all watched the lights all through the rain. Some people say that he died up there somewhere in the rain and the wind. Well, other people say that he got away, his girlfriend did him in. The lawman said that if he is out there, someday they're gonna bring him in. As for me, I hope they never see D.B. Cooper again. Not far away from the city of roses, they'll watch the lights all through the rain for D.B. Cooper. He was drinking champagne. So this next song is a Jared Jeff Walker song, and as you all know, he was a great mentor to Todd. Heard lots of stories about those two, and this song is just such a beautiful, such a simple and beautiful song. It's called Little Bird, and Todd actually did this on a tribute album that he did for Jared Jeff. Little bird, come and sit upon my windowsill.
Sat there through the falling rain. I watched that little bird upon my windowsill, and I saw my thoughts of you go by again. A picture on my face reflected on the pain. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? Remember how we talked before we said goodbye. Too young to know the world outside our door. We laughed and said our love is free as birds that fly the wind. The rainy day made me think of you once more. A picture on my face reflected on the pain. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? Regrets about the past, I know how young we were, when our world was love and life was but a thought. Many things go many ways, many times but once, till our lives have passed and love is but a thought. A picture on my face reflected on the pain. Is it tears I see, or is it rain? Thoughts go tumbling back, I wonder how you look. I wonder if you've seen that little bird. I wonder if he sat upon your windowsill. I wonder if you'll ever hear these words. A picture on my face reflected on the pain. Is it tears I see, or is it rain?
Okay, I think the next guy coming up made the longest journey to get here. My buddy Mike Kovac. Come on up, Mike. I came from pretty much Ohio, right? You farm on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border.
Pretty much, yeah. Right in the middle.
And pick up his daughter in Lansdale on the way so she could make it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Mike.
But she got the day off. She's living and working down in Philly. So we're going there after this. Out there in my part of Pennsylvania, we're right on the Ohio line, and back in, I guess guess probably the late 80s or early 90s when Mike Tyson was big. He was everything, right? So I think he bought a piece of property right across the line from us. I think just because the name of the town was Champion, Ohio. I want to build something out with this Champion. My guess. But one of the first songs I ever heard by Todd Snider was on the Youngstown radio station on the Bob and Tom show in the morning. He used to come on the Bob and Tom show. And, it's called Iron Mike's Main Man's Last Request. Uh-oh, we got juice. What do we do? Can you hear that? There it is. Hey, now we go. Iron Mike's Main Man's Last Request. Hey there, buddy, don't you even worry, everything is going to be okay. I could have told you when you started making money that the world was going to treat you this way. Forget your first wife, she was no good for you. She was a gold digging bitch, and her mom was too. Hey, Iron Mike, don't let them get you down. Hey, little buddy, don't look uneasy. You just keep your eyes fixed on this fight. Hit that mean old Don King, don't give you back all of your money. They say you and I would go take it back some night. Just tell the champion and everybody knows you are. Come on, Iron Mike, let's take your Porsche to the titty bar. Come on, champ. Come on, champ. Hollow mask is for $300, and that's only till my brother straightens out. I would do this for you if I could, and you wanted me to. Ain't that what friendship's all about? Hey, little buddy, don't get angry. God, please, at least not at me. No, I am right behind you all the way. Oakland Padre, just say whatever you want to, and I'll agree. Who washed every car in this tin car garage? Who carries a boombox in the entourage? Me, Mike. God damn it. Me. Thanks. Yeah, that's one of them ones. Got some cuss words in it, but it's a pretty good song anyhow. I was going down through the list and they said play a Todd song and then play a Todd adjacent song. Well, Todd adjacent, John Prine. Well, the list was full of John Prine stuff, so Jerry Jeff. Oh, there's some Jerry Jeff songs in there too. Jimmy Buffett. Well, and then Jimmy Buffett and Jerry Jeff, and also Todd covered a song that they wrote. It's called Railroad Lady, and just by coincidence, my daughter was a railroad lady today to get up here. And I'm something of a railroad lover my own self, so Jimmy Buffett recorded it, and so Jerry Jeff, and so Todd. So this is my closest I could come to covering all my bases all in one shot. She's a railroad lady, just a little bit shady, spending her days on the train. A semi-good looker, but the fast rails they took her. Now she's trying, just trying to get home again. South Station to Boston, and the roads in Austin. From the Florida sunshine to the New England rain. Now that the rail packs have taken the best tracks, she's trying, just trying to get home again. She's a railroad lady, just a little bit shady, spending her life on the train. Once a blowing car traveler, now the brakeman won't have her, and she's trying, just trying to get home again. Once a highball loner, he thought he could own her. Bought her a fur and a big diamond ring. She hawked him for cold cash, left town on the Wabash. Now she's trying to get on again. She's a railroad lady, just a little bit shady, spending her days on the train. Semi-good looker, but the fast rails they took her. Now she's trying, just trying to get home again. But the rails are all rusty, the trucking cars dusty. Gold-plated watches taking their toll. Yeah, the railroads are dying, and the lady, she's crying. On the bus to Kentucky, and home, that's her goal. She's a railroad lady, just a little bit shady, spending her life on the train. She's a semi-good looker, but the fast rails they took her. Now she's trying, just trying to get home again. On the bus to Kentucky, and home once again. Thanks so much for having me and Ben and everybody for putting it together. What a nice time. Appreciate you not throwing anything heavy.
Right on. Well, that was our last performer other than our grand finale. We're going to do a song that you probably all know what we're going to play. Josh and Amber are going to lead us, and we are all going to play a train song.
Oh, thank you.
A few times.
That would help.
2 or 3 times.
Where's Nick?
The beginning.
Nick, are you gonna make it up to a mic in time?
Look, you got a part, Nick. Yeah, this was fantastic. It really blew me away.
Shiny black long Cadillac, engine winding down. Parked it up on the sidewalk like he owned the whole damn town. I hear him talking to some chick through a thick ghost of smoke, to a thicker haze of southern comfort and cold. He says you're hotter than the hinges hanging off the gates of hell. Don't be afraid to turn to me, babe, if he don't treat you well. And by he meant me. So I laughed and shook his head, and he yelled a little bit louder as he turned up to the band. Play me a train song, hold me one more round, make him leave my boots on, they hit the ground. They run away, locomotive out on one track ride, and I'm looking for any kind of trouble that I can find. Why you taking it?
I got this blue black leather jacket, got it marble red. Nothing in the pocket, got these thoughts in my own head. Right to run till I gotta walk, or till I got to crawl. Got this moment